Hello, everyone. I hope everybody is having a good summer so far and that this semester is treating you well. Um, I am about to post your midterm exam. I know it's flown by, but because this is a shorter class period, midterms, of course, kind of come pretty fast. I know we have not covered a whole lot of material, but this should make it a little bit more manageable. Just a couple of things as you prepare to take your exam. I posted a study guide earlier this week so that you guys could prepare for the exam. The content of the study guide is reflective of what will be on the exam. Now, there are a few questions that I have maybe changed a couple of the wrong answers or worded it in a different way, and there's also going to be some bonus questions on there as well. So that is a way for you to prepare for the exam. Just a word of warning, if you did use Google or AI or anything like that to kind of help you come up with some ideas for the essay questions or the short answer discussion questions, rather, know that it needs to be in your own words when you enter it into the exam. Uh, Blackboard has a contract with CopyLeaks, so that is something that I can utilize, which normally I can spot an AI answer regardless of whether it is run through any type of plagiarism software or not, but make sure that you are using it in your own words. So my advice would be, as you study for the exam, think about the content of your answer rather than the exact wording. And then when you approach the exam, just write it as if you were explaining it to somebody else in this class. So think about if we were in an in-person class for this and I asked you that question, how would you just tell me about the work or the piece or the concept of romanticism if somebody asked you? Doesn't have to be super sophisticated. I'm not going to be flagging you guys for tiny grammar mistakes, so there's no need to use Grammarly or anything like that. Just write your honest answer to it. As we are entering into the second half of this summer class, I do want to mention a few different things. If you are behind, we still have time. I myself, as you guys have noticed, I am behind on grading. I'm going to be working on that this week and this weekend and this upcoming week. So you should know kind of where you stand in the class within the next week. But we all have time to catch up. Another thing to consider is, because this is a completely asynchronous class, I check what you guys have accessed and how long you've spent on each module and how long you've spent on Blackboard. That being said, that also means if I look and see that you completed the journal entry, but you never opened the PDF for the reading, that kind of gives me an indication that you're not actually doing the reading and you're just Googling or ChatGPTing an answer. So make sure that you are looking through all the modules. Earlier in the semester, I did have it set up as a forced sequence to kind of make you guys go through the entire module, but we did experience some technical issues with that, and I would rather you guys have access to what you need. Make sure that you're keeping up with due dates. Also, I know some of you guys want to just go ahead and finish everything in the course, but this course is paced in a different way. That way, whenever we're doing discussion questions and we're studying for things and getting ready for our journal entries, you kind of know where you're at in the class. And these works really build upon one another. We do have another holiday coming up. So whenever there are holidays, so for instance, whenever Juneteenth was celebrated, the next Monday was off. So even though we are an asynchronous class, I waited until Tuesday to post things. This same thing will happen whenever the university is closed on July 6th to celebrate July 4th. So just be aware of that. Otherwise, the same schedule will stay in place. We will have stuff open up on Monday morning, and it'll be available until Sunday night. or as you guys know, you guys that are catching up and making up stuff, I leave most of it open unless it is time sensitive, such as the midterm. I leave it open. The midterm is set to be open until Sunday, but I've only had maybe a handful of people complete the study guide. This wasn't posted until Tuesday, so you might be a little bit behind depending on your other classes, your work schedule, stuff like that. So because of that, I'm going to leave the exam open through next Wednesday. Now, I will still open up next week's work on Monday. So if you go ahead and take the exam today or this weekend, you'll be on track. But just to give everybody a little bit extra time, I'm going to keep the exam open until Wednesday. Because this is a midterm exam and not just a daily grade, it will automatically close. So just make sure that you get that taken before Wednesday. Make sure that you have a good internet connection before you start it. And also, even if you don't know the bonus questions, go ahead and take a stab at it. If you guys need anything or have any questions, please feel free to email me. I prefer Bulldog email, but whenever I'm on Blackboard, I do check the messages as well. And I hope you guys have a great weekend and best of luck on the midterm exam.